Willie, firstly, thanks for joining us on Virgin Media. 100 years, it's a special year for the Gold Cup, 100 years old.
It is. Boodle's Gold Cup sponsoring, great to have a luxury brand for their 100th year, and it's a race we'd love to win. I mean, we were lucky enough last year, but to win the 100th one would be fantastic.
It was a fantastic festival for you last year. Is Cheltenham itself as a festival going from strength to strength every year?
Cheltenham it's sort of the Olympics of our sport, for the want of a better word. It's the final. When owners come to me to buy a horse, and I'd say, what sort of a horse do you want? And they'd say, oh, something that might win at Cheltenham. That's where people want to finish up if they're lucky enough to get a good horse.
You're leading the Irish dominance by far over in Cheltenham. Speaking to a few English punters over there, they seem very dismayed at the state of English horse racing. Do you think this dominance with the Irish is going to continue?
I at the moment we're on the top. I imagine this is cyclical. It'll go around, and maybe our influence will wane and English stables will come up, or maybe indeed other Irish stables. Gordon is all the time there near the top, and Nicky Henderson. You can never put Nicky down. Every year we go to Cheltenham. He'll have his winners, especially the likes of Constitution Hill. I think it's cyclical. Every team has its day in the sun, and then it passes.
Your day in the sun amongst Irish trainers, certainly at the moment, you're setting the mark for everyone else to catch. Do you feel that pressure of having to stay ahead of everybody else to keep it so strong and keep ahead of the curve?
The pressure is not about staying ahead of everyone else. The pressure is about trying to produce our horses over there to run really good races. There are years we've gone over there and hadn't got a winner the first day or the second day, and that piles the pressure on with the type of team we bring over. But it's not a given you're going to have winners over there. You've got to go over there and fight for it. Every year I go over there and you watch the first and second race, and it brings back to you the cut and thrust of the game. We'd be talking about winning a race, and when you go to Cheltenham, you realise how hard it is to get your position over the first or the second hurdle. That fellas are killing you going out of the first or second hurdle to be in third or fourth position where you want to be. And next thing, your horse is back in eighth, and you're thinking, I thought I had the best horse in the race, and you can't even lie up. That's how tough it is over there. And then the jockey has to go maybe to plan C to get around the ones that jumped in front of him. It's a tough sport over there. And any time a horse wins there or a jockey wins there, he deserves it, because there's no quarter asked or given once that flag goes up in Cheltenham.
Galopin Des Champs, we saw this morning, looked in fine fettle, obviously won the title, the big race last year. Can it go again? Can it defend that title?
Well, he's doing everything right. We've given him an extra race this year, but the way the calendar is, I felt that it's worth taking the chance. He's won a nice pot of prize money this year already, including an Irish Gold Cup. We'd love to add an English one. We'd love to add the Gold Cup to his Irish Gold Cup. Everything is going right. Fingers crossed it stays right between now and then.
Would it be extra special this year, knowing it's the 100th, the centenary, and to defend it?
I'm sure it will be extra. It would be if we managed to win it, but at the moment I'm concentrating on just getting him there in one piece, and then we'll worry about the winning of it after that.
And also we saw another great horse out there this morning who you've high hopes for, who's also in the race, Monkfish. What's your thoughts there on having the two?
Well, Monkfish has missed a lot of time over the last couple of years with injury. I brought him back over hurdles in Gordon. I had intended him maybe to go for the stairs hurdle, but he's in such good form since the race, and he jumps so well. Maybe it's the time to let him take his chance in the Gold Cup this year.
And look, one final question for me then as well. We were down at Hanlon's just around the corner this morning. His big horse in the race, Hewick, he said he'd love to see the competition if the ground is a little bit firmer, possibly between Galopin Des Champs and Hewick. Would you prefer the ground to be a little bit softer, or have you no fears of kind of taking on anyone?
I'm happy for the ground for Galopin Des Champs. I think he's very versatile. It's fantastic to have, basically two neighbours with runners in the Gold Cup, and I wish the Shark very well. I mean, he's done fantastic work with that horse for 800 quid, so more power to him. And the run he put in last year was really good. So if he can just improve on that a little bit, he's going to be there at the end.
Great stuff, Willie. Thank you very much.
Cheers.